curious if we will get our next great music beef back and forth, diss track on diss track, because Charli XCX posted that she was in the studio this weekend coming off of the song on Taylor's album where she, I don't want to say goes after, but calls out Charli XCX, which is a fair way to put it.
Do you think that's fair, what she did? Do you think it's okay?
I don't love it. Personally, it's not my favorite thing in the world. I was with a lot of friends this weekend, and we're in our 30s now, and we had a lot of conversations about not having time for high school drama, and you can never. I don't want to speak broadly because some people do have dramatic things that happen and deal with petty people and whatnot. But us personally, we were so grateful to have just some true friendship that kind of puts the rest of that to the side, and we can just appreciate the times where we get to spend with each other. And when I heard that lyric, I was like, and I had seen the commentary going in because it gets leaked the day before. I was like, was it necessary?
It felt like punching down a little to me.
I just didn't think it was necessary.
Like that younger woman might be insecure around you, or you've made her feel a certain way, whether you realize it or not. But like at her core, I bet you that she looks up to her on some level.
Yeah, and I think she was very vulnerable. Charli XCX was very vulnerable in her past album.
Yeah, I was not even familiar with that song and the meaning behind it, but I went back and listened to it, and it sounded more of a self-critique than more of a Taylor Swift critique.
It did not feel like a diss track. It felt like wow, this is why I'm the way I am, and this is one of my deepest insecurities in this industry, and let me kind of put it in this.
Yeah, like if I were advising Taylor Swift, I'd have said, maybe we just leave her alone. Yeah. Like, everybody loves you right now. You don't need to do something to make people think you're being a bully or punching down or whatever. I would advise, we don't need to do this. Yeah. But whatever,
What's the difference in this interaction and when rappers do it? Because it happens all the time in rap where, all right, somebody has a throwaway line or a throwaway verse and they mention somebody else, and then that other person's like, okay, well, now I've got to react to this.
I would argue that the difference would be in hip hop, that's just been a part of it forever. Like it goes back decades and decades and decades. It's sort of part of the sport. The sport of hip hop is like that's all part of it. Whereas this feels like it's not necessarily part of the genre, and this is the biggest star in the world.
In my opinion, that's what plays the biggest role in this. This is such a simple example, but growing up knowing that Carly Simon wrote You're So Vain about, why can't I think of his name at the moment, but her ex.
Yes.
And I thought that was fun. Right. And there's moments in music history, and it's not always relationship based, but where you do have either pop or alt rock or rock and roll in general that is going into drama and beef. And this one is, because it is the biggest artist in the world, there is such a heaviness of like the evaluation of your lyrics and how people will talk about it and how they are perceived and then what the conversation drives forward. And so for me, it just was unnecessary. That's what it comes down to. That's what it felt. But then I check myself and I'm like, am I just saying this because like we're talking about two women in the pop space and maybe it is fine. I don't know.
Like here's the thing. Maybe she deserved it. Maybe if you knew everything that this younger woman had done behind the scenes and blah, 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 and said this about Taylor and did this to Taylor, like maybe it's like, maybe she deserved it. So I guess, to circle back to the original question, perhaps I don't know enough about it to have a strong opinion.
Did we learn nothing from Mark Sanchez over the weekend? You gotta wait and get some details before you make overwhelming opinions.
Woo.
Where was your tweet in support of Mark Sanchez?
I stayed out of it. I don't feel like the world needs to see everything I think about
But even
everything.
Right now, you want to know what's going through my head?
Well, here's the thing. That song's been out 3 days, and I feel like I've heard it 40,000 times.
I swear, I walked into the airport on Friday morning, and they were playing the album in the newsstand, and I was like,
but here's what I mean.
The new Taylor Swift album.
I mean, when I listened to it the first time, I felt like I'd heard it 50 times.
Her ability, and with the producing group that she worked with on this, Max Martin, and I always forget the other guy's name, but like they're pop heads. Like they make good pop beats, and she writes good hooks. Right. And that has great value.
Well, if you think of it like a job, and I know she has referred to it, I don't mean it like it's a normal job, but like if it's your job to sit down and, I don't know, I'm just thinking, do somebody's taxes. You're an accountant. It's your job to sit down and do the taxes. Like, that's what I'm doing today, and I know how to do this. Well, that's the way songwriting is for her. Yeah. She can sit down. It's like, it's time to do my job. I'm going to make this thing. And I'm
going to make an earworm.
She's one of the best at it, if not the best at it.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.